If you guys want to be in with a chance of winning a copy of FIFA 20 on either console of your choice, all you need to do is leave a like on the video, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Best of luck and enjoy the video. Hey guys, Eataway here, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys one of the easiest and most effective ways of making coins at the beginning of FIFA 20. You really can't go wrong with this trading method. It is unbelievably easy and can make you hundreds of thousands of coins. I've got proof of how effectively this has worked in previous FIFAs to show you guys in just a moment, and it's something you have to try out. So if you guys do enjoy the video, if you do, don't forget to leave a like on it, subscribe if you're new around here, and without further ado, let's go on into it. So this is an investment method, meaning we're going to be buying players in the early stages of the game on the web app and in early access when there's a really big supply of them because loads of people are opening their starter packs, and there's very little demand because there are no SBCs requiring them. We're then keeping the cards in our club until an SBC requiring those cards is released, which will cause them to shoot up in value because of course there's going to be a much higher demand for them. Now the specific SBCs we're going to be investing for are League SBCs, and I want to show you guys a few examples from last year. Take a look at this. Morrison. He was one of the few centre backs for Cardiff City. He rose from being just a couple of hundred coins, he was around 500 or 600 for the first month or so of the game, for the first couple of months rather. And he then rose to being nearly 30k as soon as Premier League SBC came out, which is insane. We've got another example here. This is Miramon from Huesca. He went from being, again, around just 500-600 coins to being over 15k at his highest point as soon as an SBC was released. And then just another example here is Sepe. This is for an SBC that came out a little bit earlier on in the game. In November, and he went from being, again, very cheap, well under 1,000 coins, to being around 10k or so. So those are just a couple of examples of players that shot up massively when we had League SBCs. There are hundreds and hundreds of players that were affected. Basically, any players in a league that has a League SBC release will rise in price, and the ones that go up the most are in certain positions where a club maybe only has one player, or they don't have any gold cards in that position, for example. And if you guys find those players, you can make yourself loads and loads of coins. So I'm on FIFA 19 right now just to show you guys how I'd recommend using this method. Obviously it's a different game, but the same premise applies. You just want to pick any league which is going to have a League SBC. So all the major leagues will always have them, so like the Serie A, Bundesliga, Premier League, all of that. And if you look at the previous FIFAs, you'll see the same leagues tend to always get League SBCs. The Chinese Super League, for example, the Eredivisie, the Hyundai A-League had one last year. The Russian League has had one in the past, but nowadays has less clubs, so won't. The Liga Banco MX always has one. Liga NOS does, J-League, MLS, Pro League. The Argentinian League always tends to have one, as does the Saudi League, the Scottish Premiership, and also the Super League. So they're all the leagues that we tend to have League SBCs with, and you can pick up investments for any of those. We also have the Championship as well, another one that I forgot. Now there are a few ways of getting investments. One that just helps cover you and will give you a lot of investments is just by going to that specific league, going to Silvers. They're the best players to trade with just because they're a lot more limited on the market. So they have a lot more potential to rise in price, and you can just go through and bid around 250 to 300 coins on all these players. Now my transfer targets are full right now, but you can just go through and mass bid on loads and loads of these cards and try and get as many as possible. Now not all of these cards are going to be going up to like 20k or so, but pretty much all of them will rise up by a decent amount, so try and cover yourself and get one of each player if you can. And just keep bidding on the cards, and you can just store them in your club, on your transfer list, and on your transfer targets. And this will cover you for all those leagues. For the major leagues, it's a little bit harder to get these, but if you go to like the Liga NOS and just bid 150, 200, maybe up to like 300 coins on every player you see, pick them all up and just store them in your club, you're going to be covered when the SBC comes out. Now, as I said, not all of those cards will shoot up massively in price. Some will only go up to like 500-600 coins, but that's still going to be doubling your coins, which is really good. And you often tend to see that those smaller leagues, like the Liga NOS and the MLS, come out earlier on in the cycle. So I would recommend picking up cards from these specific leagues. You don't want to be getting cards from like the Scottish League, where often it tends to come out later in the game and you're waiting months with those cards, because you'll have seen earlier on some of the SBCs came out a little bit later. Obviously, it's just down to luck, like which ones come out, because they release 2 new SBCs every month normally. At least that's what they've done in previous FIFAs, so you never know. It may be the first SBC, the first League SBC of FIFA 20 could be one that you've invested for. I'd recommend just covering all the different options, and then you're covered. Obviously, you will need more coins in order to do that. But you can get coins by using other trading methods, which I actually did a video yesterday, or the day before rather, on some of the best trading methods on the web app and in the early stages of the game, and I'll be doing more videos on those types of methods there. But these cards are so cheap, you can get a lot of them even on a low budget. Like with 10k, you're going to be getting like maybe 50 cards or something like that, which really isn't bad at all. So you can get loads and loads of investments very, very easily. So this is a way of just getting wider investments that will cover you for the league, and it's very, very easy and doesn't really take any time or effort. One of the better investments that I'd say, or the best investments rather, are for certain clubs that have players that will rise up more. So for example, if you saw Morrison, the reason he went up so much is because Cardiff only had 2 centre-backs and they were both silvers. So there were only 2 cards that people had to use. They were always going to shoot up in price. They also only had 2 right-backs and 2 left-backs, and they were both silvers too. So they went up massively in price. I believe they only had 1 right winger, Mendes Liang. He went up loads in price. Same with lots of different teams. You've got Huesca, for example. They only had 2 or 3 centre-backs. They were all silvers. Teams that only have a limited selection of players, and especially where they don't have any golds, and these are often newly promoted teams. I think like Sheffield United could be a good one, for example. I'm not entirely sure. We have to wait and see until the database comes out. But those types of players there are the ones that are always the best investments. And when FIFA 20 is released, I did this in the early stages of FIFA 18 and 19 as well, and you guys really enjoyed the videos. I will be doing videos on the best investments to pick up from each league. So I'll do, for example, Premier League, Best League SBC investments, and I'll just pick out all of the certain cards in the Premier League that I think have got the best potential to rise in price for you guys to pick up. So for example, if Sheffield United only have 1 left back and he's a silver, I'm not sure if they will. He's probably going to be a gold because he's quite good. I've forgotten his name. I think he's called Stevens. Maybe, I don't know, if they only have like 1 right back or 2 right backs and the silvers, they're going to be good investments. So they're your best bets when it comes to making the most profit. Those cards are sometimes a little bit more expensive because a lot of people invest in them. They're maybe like 1 or 2k, but they're the cards that go up to like 25 or 30k and make you guys an absolute ton of profit. It's insane. I've made genuinely millions of coins with this method over the past FIFA, or over the past 2 FIFAs rather, which is when I've been using these methods, and they're so effective. It's so easy. You literally just spend like 10 minutes buying some cards, store them in your club, forget about them, and SBC comes out, you sell them, probably about 2 or 3 days after it's released. That's when they typically have the best value, and you make loads of coins. It's such a simple and easy way of making coins, and I would really, really recommend you guys trying it out. League SBC investing, so easy, so effective, and it's definitely something to add to your armory, add to your toolbox when it comes to FIFA 20 trading. As I said, I did a video yesterday or a couple of days ago, I'm not entirely sure when. Anyway, it's the latest video on my channel on 5 of the best trading methods on a low budget on the web app. If you guys missed that, there'll be a link down below in the description. I think a lot of people did miss it, it got less views than normal, so maybe you didn't go out to sub boxes or something like that. I'll also do a slightly higher budget method fairly soon as well, and I'll do more investment guides too. I'll do another one for Player of the Month. I'll do some more for various other investments, like for the advanced SBCs too. But anyway, I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like on it, subscribe if you're new on here. Let me know down below in the comments if you've got any video suggestions. What would you like to see? More trading things, maybe more squad builders? I'm not sure. Let me know down below in the comments, and I'll see you guys later. Take care.